Welcome guys back. My name is Senki from Digislots, and today we have a tier list. Yes, I am just making my review from the first year thing, how much is my collection worth, but this has to be to put on first. We got a band list for the tier list. We got another one in the future. A lot of things coming into Digimon that's really cool, and new sets as well, giving it new dynamic things to play and stuff like that. And like if you see in the last meta, a lot of decks were be meta, and it's pretty cool to see that as well. But we need to talk about EX05. But first, right, left, hit the thumbs up button for more awesome content and subscribe because we're on my way to 1,650 subscriber, and I hope we get there till the end of the year. Maybe into next year as well. I will be glad to hit that. I can give you guys a display. I think you want the newer one to give it to you guys, and some extra bonus things for Digimon I have packed up from my locals. I don't need to throw them away for a second winner, or Met from my sponsor Imagine Mets with Features of Fly 5. You spare 5% of your consume on a Met or multiple. And let's go into this nice video, and I wish you a good new year. I hope everything goes well, and bless you as well, guys. Let's go. Okay guys, we are right now at the tier list, and we starting with all the stuff happening. I show you guys. First of all, we got the banned and restriction list coming first of us. We losing the on-deletion Garbodor 2 and the one attacking Garbomon, as well as the Icemon scatter mode. Later on we getting another nerf. There you can see Anubis, Garuru, Egaru X, Bukamon, Apokalimon, but this is in the future. This is for BT15, and we got Quantumon. I will talk about this card, especially we got this in the LM set. I don't know quite where we get that from, but I think it will be coming. That's the reason why I have that input into the tier list. If we don't have that, I will talk about that one, and we start first of all with Lordmon. This deck becomes, I have here as well my little bit stuff here. We get Quantumon, not quite much support for the deck as of the card, but this card is pretty amazing. What this card does when Digimon placing one Digimon as the top of its own security stack, reveal all cards in your opponent's security stack and place one card among them to the top of the deck. Then shuffle the rest and return it to the security stack, so you can put out one of the bombs in the opponent's security. And knowing what the opponent has in security is pretty strong. Start off your opponent's turn, declare one card category. Now we come into category. We are in Yu-Gi-Oh, guys. Hands up, wait a minute, and then reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. If the card is of the declare category, this Digimon can be affected by effects of cards of the category for the rest of the turn. Return the reveal card at the top of the bottom of your opponent's deck. So when the evolving, putting one vaccine Digimon on top of your deck, then telling the category vaccine, and you are not affected by that one, is pretty huge as level 6 Digimon. It's pretty amazing support for the deck. You play it like I told you in the Mimi way, where you can put it. I have a deck profile on my channel, what you can see how you can presume being playing with your Bloom Lord deck. So for me, this is tier 1. If we don't get this card in this meta, this decks will jump down to tier 1.5. But for now on, it is at tier 1, that you guys know why is it there. Then we coming to the Glory tier 3 deck. I put a new category, tier 3, or maybe next. I don't put Rogue anymore because tier up at every deck is tier 2, tier 1.5 can be Rogue. I talk about that one with a lot of people and decided on how to do this as well. So we have this one at tier 3. I can put it at maybe a little bit more. Maybe next set is getting support. We having maybe a cycle coming around us. So now in Pre-Ultramon, like I talk about that one as well, maybe next set, because right now it can compare with the meta, is too fast and too strong, but they're getting support then again. So we getting Wargreymon, Metallgreymon support now, in Pre-Ultramon support maybe coming the time that we getting Gammamon, Durbitmon stuff support as well for this Digimon theme. But yeah, Ravemon Burst, I go now with the Burst decks. is tier 3. Sadly, this deck's missing some things. We have now purple meta, yes, but purple guards getting nerfed, and he don't provide or put things from the buffs into the deck, so sadly staying there. Then I need to search out Mirage. Mirage is, we saw that in Europe, first play Frozen, congratulations again. Very good deck, and you will see that again because we're having now again a meta that is board heavy with Anubismon and stuff like that coming out with a purpose support. Purple is always spamming and swarming, and bouncing is very effective versus all the decks. Lordmon as well, having a large huge board. Devixmon is a really good card as well. Yeah, I think this deck getting not so much support. Bukama nerfs hurts the deck, yes, but it's not coming right now as it should be to us. So I think Mirage Burst is tier 1, and where we got him, where's the boy? Shangamon. Shangamon is tier 1.5. We're not having support, but this deck gets a little bit of support in BT 16. It was the Agumon line, I guess. BT 15. I think we got not support for that one, but they're getting support in the future. Every Agumon yellow line, every stuff like that, you can maybe abuse that in Shangamon, which makes it pretty cool because Agumon is a fan favorite, and there are the burst decks right now. I will putting where is it? Here, Seriousmon as a tier 2. Ultimate Cup, really good deck, really nice deck to play. But for now on, I don't think it can compare to the other decks. Are very fast. You need to rely on having the sources under your Digimon to have the specific sources you need in the matchup. Like you're searching pieces like a puzzle piece, and you don't have time right now comparing into this meta. Then we are going to go with Metalgarumon. I think this deck is not tier 1. I don't know why everyone is putting that into tier 1 and want to confuse you. Since you can play it as, you don't play it anymore as purple line, you play it now on the blue line, but other decks are faster than that. This deck is for me the best tier 1 deck. It can be promoted up there, but it has struggled versus the other decks are push over and too strong. In the next set becoming support coming tier 1, we can talk about that one. Yes, Bukama nerf is hard, but you have protection on your Digimon, and I think from testing positivity, there we go, I struggled a lot versus the Mirage Gaugamon. Then we go with the vaccine deck. A lot of people are hyped about that. Getting a little bit of support, you're getting a new Evo line coming out that you get rid of your own life and then do starting things with the Metamon. But you're getting barrier instead of that as an achievement. But I think it's not the quite support that you want to see. But I think this deck itself is really not. It's really good compared to other decks, minusing and doing stuff in your turn. Pretty annoying and can do stuff. Leviamon is a purple deck. I will do it maybe next set. It is tier 3. It misses some pieces. In the next set it will be meta. Get your cards on Leviamon. Sorry guys. Get your cards on the Leviamon. It is pretty good card to get on. It's pretty strong deck and will be one of the best ones. Beelzemon as well as a rogue deck. It is always good, not rogue, but it's always good as tier 1.5. Ken Hyrule is pretty fast. You can search up your Evo lines and are all the time with the 10 cost playing a Beelzemon, stuff like that. And in the opponent's turn doing a lot of stuff, get rid of the board that we board heavy meta we have right now. It is pretty good. Then we do a lot of more purple decks. Beelzemon, it's like, this deck is not doing so much, but I will do it as tier 2. Icemon, Scattermon nerf, Gabumon nerfs, you don't rely on that much because you're playing your machines that draw you cards and you get out the synergy and stuff like that. But having that as not available makes the deck a little bit thinner to play on the playstyle playability. So I think it is to be in tier 2 as it should be. My Omnimon Hyrule deck I will put at first right now because when the decks go off, it goes off. And you get a little bit of support in the next upcoming set as well, what I think is pretty cool. Yeah, I have some of the things here double. I'm sorry for that one. I'm putting them away. Having Machine Drum on here, I think this one is the best tier 2 deck upcoming to promoting to tier 1.5. Having always support for the deck coming into all the things is pretty cool. And I think this can be staying right here. For Wargreymon, I think Wargreymon is a 1.5 deck, always standing up there to having play opportunities in the meta, in the upcoming meta as well, and the spot is there and it should be. Then we coming to the red Wargreymon as aggressive deck. You don't have time to rely on that right now, not quite that fast and having not quite much dead of protection. That's the thing why it is in a 1.5. Fenrir Lugamon, pretty strong combined combo deck. It makes pretty fun to play. Can OTK your opponent if you have to put if you have the setup in the grave. It's really cool. Having that as well as a possibility, and getting support in BT15 as well is pretty nice. We don't have analog hits, so it can be doing as well. And then we coming into the next decks. Amphimon I will do. Amphimon is a tier 3 deck as well. It's not quite that good. It did do something with Sapukalimon, with Brigadramon in the meta that will be played there, but not quite as much as it should be. As well, going into tier 3 is for me Ulfos, as well as Goldramon and X-Cross. Ulfos, Americans love the deck. I can say go fast or go home. Nothing to do about that one. Goldramon style deck with token spamming and with Venusmon was a part of being played in the Japan meta, but getting out soon because it's outranged or not having that much speed or relying on a lot of search power to deal with the decks. X-Cross, a deck is long term to be dead, sadly. Maybe getting support like Hunter, but Hunter is a little bit stronger compared to getting on into the meta, getting rid of the boss monster from the opponent, doing under one thing, and if you're smart and have a good start, like a rhyme, then you are good to go in the meta. I play Hunter for myself, but having a lot of problems and issues versus like Vaccine, I can do nothing. I'm sitting there and thinking like, what a nice weather out there. Maybe I go playing some football later on. Yeah, it's pretty hard. Galapmon all the time, tier 3 deck. In Ultimate Cup you were good, but now with specific rules, having a lot of struggle, sadly not doing quite that much. Yggdrasil is for me as well a really good tier 2 deck. Having the combo pop potential is really nice, and I would say it's a pretty nice to be Alphamon. We don't having quite that much Alphamon support. As you guys see, black is not quite terms there, but getting support in the future I will do maybe next set. It is a combo deck, it's pretty good, like Jasmine, they both can do their stuff, they are comparable at tier 2, but maybe next set you're getting support and be there. Blue Flare I will do as well as a tier 2 deck, one of the better X-Cross decks compared to X-Hunter or X-Cross. Is Blue Flare really good, starting the opponent's field. We're having, like I told you, a meta right now where you put a lot of Digimon on board and then providing to swing at your opponents is pretty strong. I like that pretty much, and yeah. So coming to security control, this deck topped a lot, but struggle versus Beelzemon. It's quite better than Vaccine. Yes, Fenrir Lugamon, if they had set up, they do a lot of damage too, as well as Shine and Mega. But Mega, you know, you're winning a lot because one stack you can get away. But Mirage and Bloom are strong as well, having the problem to deal with that, to deal with some of the meta decks, but not as well on having 50-50s. It's pretty hard when you're having another 50-50, really bad matchup if compared not having Devixmon, is Brigadramon or the Brigade. Is a pretty cool deck. Sadly we're getting not that much the Brigade support right now, but in the future we're getting, it's a little thin. You have a lot of the new ace cards are getting into later, Metalgarumon support, then you got Neomon X support, what is pretty cool, what deck maybe in the future can be played, can stop as well if you want to, maybe in the future is pretty good, the deck as well. I like that pretty much, and I will do it maybe next set. Right now I will do it as a tier 3 deck, but with the support it can go up. Itemon is a meme deck, but we have all the time Itemon support, and I will do Itemon as a tier 2, one of the last tier 2s. But with a lot of support, what they're having a lot of combo versatility, relying on every time you're getting support makes this deck pretty functional, and I like that in a way it should be. And yeah, Then we coming to Bellstamon. Bellstamon getting a lot of new draw line into the deck. The Garurumon draw line. You don't have quite much that many 7 cost spells that you're getting into. You're getting on the newer set, King of Bees, stuff like that. You don't having quite much that support, but you're getting a new that you can Sky Stop, a new Evo line that you can play, what makes the deck pretty good, as well as a new level 5 and other stuff you can compare to the deck. Stacking your grave, trashing a lot of cards, and then play your Bellstamon and deal with the decks. I think this deck is pretty good. I know it got nerfed, but I think you can play the Starter deck Anubismons as well into the deck as Psychmon and stuff like that for later on in the Apocalypse meta, but this deck gets nerfed anyways. But I think it do pretty really good stuff about that one. Then one of the broken stacks coming out, this card getting nerfed, but it don't stop topping the deck, is Anubismon. Anubismon is a beast of a card. This card is ridiculous broken. What you can do, I will tell you. It says when Digivolve in main. Once per turn, you trash up to 3 cards in your hand and play 1 purple Digimon card from your trash with the play cost reduced by 3 for each of the cards trashed by this effect. For the reduction is by 1. When an effect plays one of your Digimon, one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon. If the effect deleted, draw 1 card. So it's pretty nice to have that. So you reducing the cost by 3, and then for each card trashed by this effect, you can reduce it by further by 1, so by 6. And then you can play something out, a lot of combo potential with Merrimon as well, spamming out, giving the free retaliation and blocker, and doing stuff is pretty nice. It's a really nice swarm out deck. It's pretty cheap to play, also evolve for 4, but it's pretty cheap deck to play as well. You can play Leviamon as a copy as well for a little bit of aggression, and this deck has pretty much functional things. Maybe you watch a gameplay or something like that, that you can see what the deck can do with the combo. It's pretty nice and pretty cool to play the deck. What we're getting as well as a new ace deck that you can play in a way with Mother D Reaper as its egg, with Analog Youth, Gedatsu, Win Rate, with Blaw, and every other card is coming out of the set. So you're playing level 5 spam, you're playing like a really big pile of deck. You're playing the Antunumon is just a one-off, it's not quite that much. Like the Majiramon is a one-off as well, and the Mahiramon, I can do a deck profile if you want to as well. Let me know in the comment section down below. You can play the Kumbi Bramon, having on play draw 1, and then the Deva type is your main type, and you have specific effects for that. You have every ace card, like also Lordmon ace I like really much. Hand counter is a blast evolve that you don't know is a new mechanic in the game. When your opponent swing, you can blast evolve. On play, when you evolve, you return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the hand. Then on suspend one of your Digimon with the Deva or for Great Dragon for Servant Stretch. And on deletion, you need one of your opponents with the highest level. Then you give your opponent, if you lose this card, overflow. But having that much Deva cards on the board, doing a big type here, we have another Deva card as well, Sandidramon and Indramon. Really cool to play that as well. Not every card is that broken, but you have here your Ebo Wumon Ace as well. It can on-play when you Digimon for each of your Digimon with Deva or 4 Servant Threads. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then during your opponent's next unsuspend phase, all of their Digimon can unsuspend. Really broken card if they're having a lot of board. And on deletion, need one of your opponents suspended Digimon, so you're deleting every time something and want to fill your grave. For your boss monster, that is the Fang Longmon. Fang Longmon is a level 7, you evolve from your level 6. On play, when attacking by returning up to 4 cards with the Deva or 4 Servant Thread from your trash to the bottom of the deck. For each one of all of your opponent's Digimon, get minus 4000 EP for the turn. When attacking for each of your Digimon before Servant Thread, trash the top card of your opponent's security deck, what makes it pretty good. That's why we're playing the Analog Youth and the Gedatsus. You synergize with that, and all turns the Digimon is affected by effects of your opponent's Digimon. Pretty nice card comparing with some nice stuff you're getting there. It is really cool to play, but I will make a deck profile, maybe a combo thing, what you can do with the deck, or want to set up the things. If you want to, let me know in the comment section down below. And don't be scared, it is tier 1. It is not a deck that everyone has on their way with like, what? This deck is good. Yes, it did top a lot of things and have a lot of playability stuff, a lot of good effects to having that as a tier 1 deck. and it will stay and stick there. And for the last deck we're getting, it is for me a really good tier 2 but not tier 1.5 deck. Is a new deck with new synergizers. It is the Grace Novamon. It's a DNA deck with Apollomon and Dinamon, so having a DNA deck is always okayish. We have that first stride with the Imperialdramon with the red and purple thing getting support as well, having a promo box top of and stuff like that, and we're getting a lot of new box top as well. Rareamon, a really good card that you should pick up, and a lot of cards to talk about. But Digivolve unspent with the two specific Digimon stack on top of each other. You DNA with that, security 1 and head blocker when Digivolving, when attacking. If DNA Digivolving trash any 80 evolution cards from your opponent's Digimon, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as many of your Digimon cards as this Digimon. Is a pretty nice way to get rid of something. But if your opponent is protected, then you can do nothing about it. And all turns when the Digimon would leave the battle area by opponent's effect by touching to the same 2 level cards as Digimon evolution cards prevent it from leaving. So having something that you can, when attacking, delete, and having a protection all turns sounds really good, but it's sadly slow. You did play the Apollomon in other decks, what you can play in Blue Flare, like I told you. The Dinamon, sorry, wrong one, the blue one. It is a blocker when Digivolving when attacking once per turn. For each of the Digimon the evolution cards, trash anyone the evolution card from one of your opponent's Digimon. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, all of the Digimon with no evolution cards can suspend. So you're freezing them as well, having a little bit of synergy with Blue Flare. Is Blue Flare support all turns once per turn when the opponent's Digimon the evolution card is trash, unspent as Digimon is pretty cool, and as well having blocker asset threats. It's pretty nice, so you're having there a little bit of your Blue Flare support. You can play that into as well. These two we have it on the tier list, and yes, this were my tier list. I hope you get a little bit of information what you can play. I will do every deck profile soon. I will do now One Piece stuff, the tier list, and then providing you with my collection, and then we talk about the new set coming out soon and with the decks. I hope you enjoy, guys. Please like, subscribe, and tell me in the comment section down below what is your favorite deck from the new set. I didn't told that about that one, but you see the things for the subscription giveaway thing down below in the comment section. Thank you guys very much. Check out Instagram. I will post there more and more. I got the account back to my new phone. It was a little bit dusty there, but yes. Thank you guys for watching as always. Stay healthy. I wish you a guten Rutsch ins neue Jahr, we tell in Germany. Yeah, I wish you a slight good in the new year. I don't know where you say that or if you say that, but you know what I mean. Thank you very much, guys. As always, stay healthy. Your Senki is for 2023.